All right, everybody. Hello, how are you doing? This Friday evening, Tom is back here with another live stream, pouring myself up some lemonade, lemonade juice for tonight. And as usual, for those who are coming in later, good to see you. Regardless, where do we start? It's a Friday evening, as said, looking out in the garden and just actually taking it very slow. I This week went by very fast. It was today my last day um, for going on vacation. Right now, the coming 2 weeks I'll be on vacation, and that is what happens after that. Yeah, I'm in this period right now when I'm just thinking what are the next steps, and that's a little bit why I wanted to make this stream now. This video recording for talking about career. We should actually now just before this minutes before I got started here, I actually was searching some articles that I've been researching before earlier today. And talking about career, we are going to get into this. I thought we were actually going to define what career is because everybody have different concepts of a career. I not necessarily like the term, but I guess a career could be in so many ways. Just before we check like a clear definition of it, let's see what I say about it. I would probably consider a career somewhat of a path where you growing within a particular field. Let's say that you are. It needs to be something where you can actually build upon that. I wouldn't say a career is you are a plumber. Maybe I'm wrong, and I wouldn't say that being a taxi driver is having a career. I would say that let's say you started to work within sales. You grew as kind of become sort of like a supervisor, managing people in sales. You took a jump to another corporation where you became, let's say you were just an intern there for first, but they hire you. You grow within this company, doing some managing some sales, account managing maybe for a specific group of clients. You grow there, you jump to a new place, a new corporation, where maybe you become like a head of sales or something like this. This is like kind of what I see is more of a career. And obviously you have the right background in terms of education. So what does the I wish I could share. I don't know if it's possible to share screen. I've never done this before. However, let me just read it from here. Career. What is the best definition of a career? What is a career? This is a site that I like, kind of check it every now and then. It's thebalancemoney.com. So, what is a career? A career refers to your profession or chosen line of work, which can include one job or multiple jobs. It also refers to the education, training, and experience needed to grow in your current role or move on to another one. A career is a profession or chosen line of work. Many people invest in ongoing education, train to grow in their careers. In comparison, a job is work you do for a company that compensates you. But this is so basic, obviously. Both a job and a career can are good options depending on your current needs and goals. Building a career is a lifelong process of improving your skills and doing meaningful work. Yeah, I guess I was kind of defining it in this sense that you have an education, training, and experience that you need to grow within this particular field or move on to another one. Speaking of career, I would actually really like to talk with a career advisor. That would be very helpful. But in a way, I am looking for a career within a field or something I'm doing that is meaningful to me. I guess everybody wants to do that, but not. I don't also think there are some people that don't feel that. Just on the phone with my brother, and to him it seems only be about money in the end of the day. Like, it's pretty clear. For me, it's not like that. I need to be able to do something that I feel it's stimulating my values. Why the F would I just go do something for having those money? I know money is, we cannot be naive here. It's it's a game changer, or it's a deal breaker, or whatever you call it. It's a, but it cannot be the primary motivator. Do something that you dread. And now, I mean, this is, for me, it's pretty obvious. For me, it's very clear. You cannot just do it for the sake of having the best paycheck. But I know that with money, you can have power, obviously. A career is an ongoing path, or no, an ongoing growth and development you put into advancing your profession, which can involve personal investments of time and energy. Career planning is an ongoing process throughout an individual's working years. Here is what I found is interesting. What is the difference between a career and job? A career is your chosen line of work and usually includes ongoing training and development. In comparison, a job is work you do and are compensated for. Most people engage in job to pay the bills and meet their basic needs, but there may not be a clear long-term trajectory. Yeah, so true. This is what I feel also, that career shows a line of work. Like, you see these things in a career to get to somewhere. Ongoing training and development. Yeah, when I hear this, what I'm doing today is just a job. That's it. I think all things that I've done except educating my education um, was just a job. Yeah, I mean 100%. Most definite. Yeah, so I mean, some like I said, some really choose money over anything else. And all this, speaking of this, just thought about it now while talking with my brother. Earning with extra time and whatever, good money, and but could he live in New York with that? Could he live in Los Angeles? I don't know. But specifically, the reason why I bring this up is because every now and then, social media, you see these so stupid videos. This guy just stopping people on the street. How much do you pay in rent? And they are saying like 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000. like 6,000, $4,000 in rent. Like, what are these people earning in New York? It's I don't know. I mean, imagine being a politician and you earn 10,000 per month. Yeah, then I understand. But being just, yeah, I don't know how real these videos are and how made up they are, or if it's literally just stopping people randomly and then it's taking these people in and showing them how they live. I highly doubt it actually, but maybe I'm wrong. I could absolutely be wrong. I'm not claiming anything here. But the feel, whatever you do, there's we are gonna get into these careers. Like, what are the happiest career? Where do people feel the best work-life balance, and what are the best paying jobs or careers? We are gonna get into all of that. I want to freestyle a little bit and think about whatever you do. It's about putting in hours, because there are so many. What do you call them? Charlatans or con artists, but they are selling the illusion. They are selling what should I say? It's not the perspective. They are, yeah, it is about the it's about portraying yourself as so successful and don't need to do anything, and then showing off a lifestyle. That's the thing. You're showing off a lifestyle that you don't have to do anything, but you have this secret trick, you have this secret idea, you have this hidden understanding of making a lot of money, like all weird kind of investment. But everybody gotta do some kind of active work before that could potentially turn into passive. There are many kinds of work where let's say you are working in the mine as a mechanical technician, for example. You're going in there, you spend, I don't know, 10 hours. You're getting paid for these hours you are there. You're showing up with your butt. You're showing up, and you're trade. Obviously, you trade your hours in for do your work and get compensated for that. And those kind of con artists, there are so many levels to them also. There are so many levels on it. Everything from just people sitting in front of YouTube and bringing up their different blueprints or their ways of making passive incomes, to like these high end, without mentioning any names, but these that just have everything. They got girls, they showing up in videos, they showing up airplanes, cars, the clothes, the jewelry, the gold, silver, clothes, the branding, everything to just put into these young kids' heads, like, you can have this, you just buy my course, just follow me and whatnot. It never ends. It's such a hype. It's like it's branding, marketing, branding, and it's like this. Some people literally think that if I'm just buying this course, this will happen to me. Like, I will get this passive income rolling in. No, get out of here. You have to understand. You need to put in something to build a little empire. You need to build an empire which consists of something of value that people want to open the wallet for. Because in the end of the day, You have to understand somebody's gonna open the wallet, and most of the time it's gonna be you. Most of the time, me also. Most of the time, somebody gotta open the wallet and pay with their hard-earned money and give it away to someone, and see how fast it just loses value or shrinks, whatever. Um, yeah, I had an article here about, because I saw some video of an actor, and I just checked net worth. It was like $300 million. I mean, imagine that actor as a job, as a career. I guess you could say that is a career for sure. You can train yourself or go or be natural and a natural talented actor or actress, and just being different. First, maybe you start off in TV series, climbing yourself up to become an actor in a movie, not so famous, or maybe very famous right away. When you just being in that environment, like an actor, actress, and jumping between different big pictures, and beyond that, maybe you're doing some personal business, some building your own brand, because actors and actresses, they are a brand. They are selling their features, they are selling their characteristics, the way they look. That's why it's so. Oh my god, imagine being like an A-list actor. It must be. Imagine, I see Tom Cruise, a picture of him here. You know what's going on with him? I don't know. He seems completely. Some of these people are very, very weird. Very weird. But we are not going to talk particularly about an actor here, or actress. Not just yet, at least. So where are we actually? Yeah, with this thing with, yeah, these charlatans. Is that the way you say it, or these different con artists? They're coming up in all different shapes and forms. Yeah. Either way, let's go on. Where do we start? We start with. Let's start with. I found one about introverts. The top the top 12 best jobs and careers for introverts. Want a career that leaves you fulfilled and doesn't take up too much social energy? Yeah. Check out this breakdown on the best jobs for introverts. This one is from entrepreneur.com. It's from this year. Actually, about a month, 3 weeks ago. Let's see what jobs are good for careers. It says here, by their nature, all introverts ex, ex, expend personal energy when they interact with people. Because of that, the careers for introverts are often isolated, focus on number things and technical, mechanical tasks instead of people, and controllable and defined. Given these factors, clear that there are plenty of industries with stellar jobs for introverts. Some includes, for example, here, copywriting as copywriter. This is a job that seems to be going away. Technical writer, content creation writer, or content manager. Speaking of content creator, when I say that everybody gotta put in some hours to do something to build, whether it's for an active trade amount of money in terms of a paycheck, or if it's passive, you gotta just put in hours sometime. And what that is about, it's content. Most of the time, for example, you're working to build a brand, you need to, or sell a product for that matter. It's so hard selling things today. Building a company to build something, and Like I say, building a company or and then selling that product or service, you need to have content. That's what it gets down to. You gotta have content. You don't get away that. And what is that content gonna be? Here it says the next one, paralegal. I don't know what that is. Computer science specialist, actuary. What is actuary? Let me see. An actuary is a business professional with advanced statistical skills who deals with the measurement and management of risk and uncertainty. Okay, never heard that is about insurance. I worked with insurance before. IT manager, data scientist, programmer, social media manager. Yeah, obviously these are very isolated jobs, and do any one of them suit me? Perhaps like this thing with content creation, writer, and copywriting. Computer scientist specialist, IT manager, data scientist, programmer, all of those is just a no for me. Not interesting, not that whatsoever. Are you gonna start now? Are you serious? Just get out of here. Come on. Whatever. We just keep going. So here are these that those previous one was just like some kind of what should I say? There were some pre. There was just some example. Here comes actually in the article. What are the best jobs for introverts? Accountant. Oh my God, here we go. Accountants hold very introvert-friendly jobs. After all, these professionals mostly work with numbers, maintaining company books, checking for budget issues, and so on. If you have a mind for math and like working with numbers and helping businesses maximize their profit, you can become an accountant. Just a quick comment on that. Not for me. Not at all. Absolutely not. I mean, I work with numbers. I guess all of us do in some way or another. But simply working only with companies' invoices, budgeting, purchases, this invoice there, and this much orders, and this much came out, and this many orders coming next month or what, tax calculations, deductions, all that is just, I can't. I was never good with numbers. Software developer here. If you like computer and programming, consider becoming a software developer. Software developers make web pages, apps, programs used worldwide every day. After learning a few languages and sticking with the career for a few years, you could make well over six figures and have a career stability and enjoy for decades to come. With a master's degree problem solving, you earn higher average salary and have a great career in information systems. The more detail oriented you are, the better. You can also enjoy this as a remote job, become a software engineer or web developer later on. All are in high demand. Yeah, this is something that is changed specifically over the last, let's say, 10 years or maybe just 5 years, no, but for a long time actually. And here you come in with programming languages. You have Java, you have Python, you have many others that I don't really know the name of right now. HTML, I guess. But yeah, Python, I have a friend who is really into that. And for me, that is, he or they say Python is easy. Like you just write one lines, programming languages, program languages in one lines. But is that for me? Sitting and doing language coding all day in out, all day in and out, completely unstimulating to me. And I know, I mean, I can say I know a bit about it because I stumble upon programming somewhat in my daytime job, and I can't. It's not for me that either. I don't look down on it or in any way. It seems great. Like, I mean, obviously you can have a great job doing remote work. You can have a great income, and but then the question is it going to be is that going to be like kind of washed away, or how do I say, is that career software developer, data scientist going to fade out also in the future? Probably to some degree, but I don't think it will disappear. Not at all. We will always need to have, I guess, programmers to or engineers to assist, whether it's big businesses, small businesses, programming for governmental institutions or whatnot, you know. But it's the same thing for me. I know they are completely different than an accountant. They are doing completely different things. But there's so many jobs that I feel will be going away more and more. Maybe even accountants using more and more automated tools. Just send it in, the documents, the computer handles everything. You press a button, everything come out to you. Calculated and found errors that the business has made or whatnot. Yeah, but software developer for me, it's also one of those jobs that it never stroked a chord. I thought about it. I have watched a lot of YouTube videos what it's like to work with it, and I know it just doesn't fit with me. You know. Let's go to the next. I'm not gonna try to give comment on all of them, but it's interesting. Archivist. As an archivist, you'll be involved in overseeing and maintaining different collections of artwork, historical items, and research papers. Most archivists work at universities and libraries. They can earn decent salaries for only needing a bachelor's degree. Archivists don't have to interact with tons of people, making these jobs fantastic for those with introverted personalities. Most archivist jobs are in information technology, but involve financial records, large groups of customers' data, and more. Entry-level jobs are typically will have you work in small groups and use different software programs. These are transferable skills you can use for other jobs in related fields later if you like. Yeah, so this is something that I probably could do with my degree also. I may need a little bit like some courses about that's what I think would be interesting. Like, where was it? I saw it here. Yeah, digital archivist and forensics, I believe you say. Um, I could imagine that archivist, to be honest, working archivists and making physical archives, artifacts, and kind of transforming them into a digital archive or artifact. Something that I've been thinking about actually. It sounds very dry, archivist, but yeah, I think it could suit me actually. Here's another one, dark data architect. I mean, now you need programming here. Data architect is another excellent job for introverts. And that's because data architects are data analysis specialists responsible for managing and designing various data systems. On top of that, they often are required to research opportunities for data acquisition. In a nutshell, if you love working with numbers and providing invaluable services to companies, this could be the job for you. Even better, you could make an excellent salary, often over six figures, just having a bachelor degree plus some certifications. No, thank you. Editor. You could become an editor, a writing professional who analyzes, oversees, and fixes the writing of others. We know what this is. I mean, an editor. Everybody know what an editor is. It can be editor in film. It can be editor in newspaper, in journalism, in medical writings, in juristical, jurid. How do you say that? Juridistical, legal writings, marketing. Yeah, they even mention it here. You can be a publishing agency for any type of business. Edit marketing copy like email, SMS, SEO, social media marketing, to name a few. There are so many kind of editing, but editor you need to obviously you work very close with the content creator, the writers, and to understand. Let's say you work for a business. Let's say some sports company with their marketing, and you need to understand the message, you need to understand the brand, you need to understand the tribe. I mean, with tribe I mean the target audience. And you, to be a good editor, you need to understand a lot of ritual, a lot of language, and a wide group of people, what they have in common and what they like about this brand, you know. So probably editor I could do also. I read so much I can I need to breathe a little bit more. A graphic designer, yeah, this is also something that is very introverted job. A graphic designer, an excellent potential career for introverts. You get to flex your artistic talents, like create beautiful graphics, logos, web pages, and they work a lot online. Potentially a job you can pursue if you want to work remote. Yeah, I mean, this is something that you don't really need to have an education for. It's good if you can if you can, yeah, literally if you can master tools like Photoshop or what is that other one I think about? Something with Adobe. Adobe. I used that in school. What was it? Ah, whatever. Uh, there are a lot. I do some graphic design myself every now and then, and I enjoy it. I could consider having that, but not purely working with creating different logos. Like there's a lot of things you need to do as a graphic designer, but it seems it's okay. Librarian. Here we go. I thought about this also. Provide a public service. Enjoy your job as a new driver. Consider working as a librarian. You oversee collections, restock books, help people find books, and more. Though you need to interact with members of the public, it's in a quiet, calm setting, so it could still be comfortable and fun, even for introverts. Yeah, I think a lot of librarians they are introverts. It seems like because I spend a lot of time in librarians in libraries, like when I was in school or I traveled. Here, I don't really get that chance to go to a library so much. I don't. It's they have strange opening hours. I don't have that much time, and to be honest, I don't really know where they are in this city. But definitely, I thought about working as a librarian. But that's also a very dry job. But it seemed like, for example, when I was in school, I I went to libraries a lot. I just hanged out there for whole days, walked around, looked in different books, read, studied, and the people working in libraries seems also very like quiet, and obviously it's a quiet setting, calm setting, so you gotta be quiet. But they were very nice there. I remember those people. Here's another one as a mechanic. If you have mechanical skills and love taking things apart, putting them back together, work as a mechanic. They solve problems and fix things. Don't need to spend too much talking with people and focus exclusively on resolving mechanical issues with their hands and minds. Yeah, this is definitely something I have also experienced from, not as a profession, but with family. And it's something that I enjoy, but working with it like full time depends what kind of mechanic. There are different, like an industrial mechanic or vehicle mechanic. I did think about it for some time before. If I could, if I restarted my life or my education, maybe I would. But probably, why I didn't choose is because my background in high school was business and marketing and administration. So, but if I would have studied something mechanic related already back then, and then in university, I would probably study like mechanical engineering. Then I could consider working as mechanic for the military with airplanes. That would be something actually. I've been thinking about that. I could do that traveling in. Yeah, I have thought about that. Next one is photographer. Oftentimes, introverts and creative types, they need to exercise their artistic ability to find and counter the perfect picture for weddings, special family gatherings, magazine, newspaper publication. Yeah, we don't need to say more. I mean, um, I think it's difficult to be working as a photographer. It's a lot of freelance jobs. You know, you're just doing a job here and there, and you are on different. You're hired on projects, and they are not like that secure. Maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong, but I mean that's what I believe. It's that kind of job that you're just, that some. I mean, imagine. Let's take an example. Like, what is that magazine? You have what is National Geographic? Cool magazine, but I think a lot of those people working as a photographer, they are not necessarily working for National Geographic. They are credited for sure and recognized, but they were probably hired for, or they took a great photo that the magazine you bought and used for some project. Let's say I remember there was this guy. I don't remember where he's from, but he took amazing nature photos or photographs of animals. I think it was some shark, just like an amazing shot, and it was used in National Geographics. And that was not he was not hired, but he got a lot of recognition and probably a lot of new connections and new jobs and new gigs, due because of that, because that they used his photograph, and obviously they paid him probably very well also for just one photo or whatever. I think it's a lot like that, networking, and and of course you could be working as a photographer for a local newspaper. If there is a situation or something happened in town, you are going down there with a reporter, and maybe you shoot the video recording a little bit, or you just take some photographs, or there are many situations you can work as a photographer. And then there are those people that are just like, I remember when I was a kindergarten, we always had the same. Actually, it was my classmate. He's the same year as me. It was his father. Like every year, we were gonna take the what do you say, the school photo, individual photos of yourself and the whole class. This guy's father came down, and he had he set up everything as a professional. And but I don't know. That was like I can't imagine he did that for like for a full time job. I cannot imagine. I don't know. Maybe he had only our school and did that one time per year, every whatever time it is when you take those photographs. I believe it's in the first month when you're back to school after summer holidays, summer vacation. So maybe sometime in September, I would say, or maybe he had another school in the nearby town, in the other town in the same county, and then. But I mean, there must be some competition there. There, imagine living in a county with how many people could live there? Let's say 20,000. Doesn't matter. Let's say 20,000 in a county with maybe 10 schools, something like that. There must be some competition, like, or he is like, are he having? Is he on good terms with some people working in my school? The principals there, the principal, or so he get a gig there. He's very kind of like freelance based. And what if something happened that he was not happy one year? Something went wrong, so they just kicked away with him and take another one. I mean, I can't imagine that is a full time job. I'm just speculating. The next one is pilot. Oh yeah, that probably very introverted, but I did not really think so. Pilots undoubtedly lead relatively introverted lives. Even if you become the captain of a big airline company, you mostly only interact with your co-pilot and flight staff. Yeah, obviously. Your social network will be relatively small and manageable, so it's a fantastic job for introverts who don't want to interact with dozens of different people per day. Yeah, it's probably a very nice job. I mean, but it seems so difficult because you're thinking about driving a big airplane. But obviously, you learn that you have a great pay and safe, probably. Yeah, it's probably not that difficult. But I mean, huge responsibility. Truck driver. I mean, I just do I really need to read this? I don't think that is something I would ever want to do. I did think about it for some time. I mean, I grew up where my aunt's father was a truck driver. Actually, both two aunties were their husbands were truck drivers. But being a truck driver, I mean, you are very isolated, and it's just sitting there like a machine. Must be very no, not for me. Veterinarian here is the last one. And that is something that I have also thought about. I mean, I love animals, and I believe a lot of introverts do. Many introverts love socializing with animals, even if they don't love socializing with people nearly as much. You can study to become a veterinarian and provide necessary medical care to animals of all types, including cats, dogs, reptiles, and birds. Not only that, you'll take pride in your career knowing that you're providing invaluable service to people and their pets. You have to be a good communicator as a veterinarian. It's your responsibility to ensure that your clients understand what you say and take your recommendation to heart regarding medicine, surgical procedures, etc. Yeah, this is a difficult job. Um, I could consider that absolutely. There would be an amazing job, but then it gets to the point like doing surgery. You can be an assistant, of course, but those things with surgery and having to maybe, how do we say that in a good way? Take a pet out, put a pet out. You know what I mean? That wouldn't be very pleasant. No. So there we have it. That's the introverts. Let's go on here because I have some articles I want to make. that I want to go through. Here we go. Maybe we go into actually we say with the low stress jobs that pay very well. We can go into the highest paying jobs this is going to be in the US, and this article is from Forbes, also a website that I kind of like a lot. I go in here every now and then, but it's been a while now. Let's see what they say here. Whether you're a college student choosing your major or a working professional or contemplating a career shift, many factors contribute to picking a job. But one detail can be particularly important: what career makes the most money. The right job for you depends on more than just salary. Still, earning potential is a key concern, especially if you invest in time and money in higher education. Yeah, I mean, imagine you're starting to become a doctor. Obviously, you want to get a good pay to pay off those debts. They are very high debts for a doctor, I believe. Let's see, actually. Average medical school debt for the class of 2019 is $201,490. Oh my God, this is a house. Oh, here's even more. Average medical school debt 2023 student loan statistics. The average medical school graduate owes $250,990 in total student debt loans. Oh my God, this. But then imagine you're earning a lot as a doctor also. So obviously it's going to be higher, but that is so much. So let's see here. Forbes. Let's see. I'm trying to find highest paying occupations. If you're looking for a job that make a lot of money, consider starting your search in the medical field. Obviously, this is not the first time I'm checking this stuff. Um, it's always medical field is in the top. Out of the 20 highest paying occupations according to the BLS, most are in healthcare industry. Yeah. Here they have some demographics also, like median income depending on your household and your gender and the race, household race, median income. I'm not looking for that. So, psychiatrist. Should we check median pay? Yeah. Psychiatrists, they are different than psychologists. Remember, the psychiatrists are more, yeah, they are dealing with prescribing you, maybe even psychologists, but let's say psychiatrists, they are more like doctors prescribing you um, drugs. And psychologist is more about that talking aspects to understand more in a psychological, I mean, with how your mind is thinking. Why is it thinking like this? And how you are interacting internally. Psychiatrists, like I mentioned, they are more about um, prescribing drugs. Essentially, it's much more obviously, but anyway, they have 2022 median pay 227,000 almost. Neurologists obviously high 224,000. I don't think we need to go through all of these health. There's the top ones like is also physicians. All these words here. Opta, ophthalmologist. I can't. Except pediatric. I can't pronounce this. I need to Google what that is. Ophthalmologists. Aha. Something about. Is it optics? Optics. Do they earn that much? General internal medicine physicians, dentists. Then it comes airline pilots and co-pilots and flight engineers, 212,000 almost. And it's family medicine physicians following nurse anesthesists. Excuse my pronunciation now, guys. And then it comes chief executives, computer information systems manager, architectural and engineering managers, dentists, general. Judges on 150,000, and then lower marketing managers is also very high, 140,000. Here it says how you obtain high earning jobs. I mean, all of them is going to need um, okay, you're going to need education most of the time. But here it is, this I'm going to try to see how you pronounce this. Excuse me a little bit. Ophthalmologists. So they are eye doctors. Ophthalmologists need a bachelor's degree followed by a 4 years in medical school and 4 to 5 years of specialized training. These doctors treat eye diseases and vision problems, perform eye surgery, and conduct research. Yeah, this is a great field to be in if you're thinking about something with health, in the health sector. There's a lot of money in this field. Yeah, let's continue with the next. We can actually take um, a little side track here to check top 50 richest actors in the world. Speaking of actors earlier, we can actually check in here top 50 richest actors in the world. This is going to be insane. So, yeah, hang in there. To start off the list is Ben Stiller, 200 million dollars. When is this article from? This is from something called browsed.org. Browsed.org. It doesn't say what. Yeah, it's from August 23, 2022. So it's around a year ago. Then after that, number 49, Vin Diesel, $225 million. Yeah, I probably due to Fast and the Furious series a lot, I think. I don't think I've seen anything else with him, to be honest. And this guy, I have no idea. Akshay Kumar, 240. It's a Bollywood actor. Samuel L. Jackson, 250 million. Uh, Number 46, Nicole Kidman, 250 million. Morgan Freeman, 250 million. He's done a lot. He's an amazing actor. Michelle Pfeiffer, 250 million. Kevin Costner, 250 million. Julia Roberts, 250 million. I'm going to jump a little bit here, these names that I don't know. John Travolta, 250 million. Jet Li, who is that? 250. He's Chinese. He was in that. But how can he have that? I mean, what has he done, actually? Lethal Weapon 4? Okay. He must be doing something else. Denzel Washington, 250. Bruce Willis, 250. Leonardo DiCaprio, 260. Robert Downey Jr., 300. Mark Wahlberg, 300. Jennifer Aniston, 300. Harrison Ford, 300. Edward Norton, 300. Brad Pitt, 300. Will Smith, 350. Sean Connery, 350. Rest in peace. He's dead now. I wonder where all these millions went. Obviously to family. Michael Douglas, 350. Keanu Reeves, 360. Clint Eastwood, 375. Tom Hanks, 400 million. Sylvester Stallone 400. Jennifer Lopez 400. Jackie Chan 400. Jackie Chan I would not expect for not at all. But those Rush Hour film franchise grossed 845 million globally. Can you imagine? That's so much. It's aha. He has his own food products and clothing line. Okay, Jack Nicholson 400 million. Um, that guy's not worth mentioning. Actually, Arnold Schwarzenegger 400. Mel Gibson 425. There are some guys I really don't know here. Okay, now we're down on number 10. So Dr. Phil 460. Yeah, he's been having his own television show for so long. The Olsen twins 500 million. How like I don't understand it, to be honest. How can they have 500 million, half $500 million? What have they done? Like I know they were kind of child actresses when they were kids, but I don't get it. I don't. Robert De Niro 500 million. He's done a lot. George Clooney 500 million. Number 6, Tom Cruise 570 million. Yeah, imagine that in Mission Impossible series and a lot of other things. Simon Cowell, 600 million. What is he actually doing? I know he's that America's Got Talent, Britain's Got Talent. That's what he is making. He is a TV personality like, but American Idol, 33 million per season, but like 600 million for that. Is that huge? American Idol. Shah Rukh Khan, 600 million. Who is that? Indian actor, king of Bollywood, the Badshah of Bollywood. Appeared in more than 80 Bollywood films. He makes yearly salary of 72,727,000 dollars. The amount of money that these people have is it's absolutely insane. Jacqueline Gold, 860 million on third place. I have never heard of her. English businesswoman and actress. Never heard of the human being. Never heard of it. Neither did I ever hear about the second on the list, Jami Gertz, 3 billion. And here we got the, yeah, what do you say? Oprah. Oprah Winfrey, number one, $3.5 billion. There's the list. I thought there was gonna be some other more famous names here, but I was wrong. I don't know how accurate this list is actually. But yeah, let's not dwell into that too much. Let's move on. Here's another best paying jobs that I thought was worth mentioning. 25 jobs. So number one is an anesthesiologist. Median salary 208,000. And education needed is a doctorate. Number two, oral and maxillofacial surgery, repairing cleft lips, palates, and taking care of impacted teeth. Oral and maxillofacial surgeons operate specifically on the mouth, jaws, teeth, gums, neck, and head. 208,000 also. Doctorate needed. Here is gynecologist also. Is on also 208,000. Doctorate needed. Surgeon number four. Ortho, orthodonto, orthodontists. This is about teeth, jaw. physician. Sorry for my pronunciation. These health related terms is not my strongest. I need to just get something to drink. I'll finish that. Now I'm going to put on or take some cocoa water to hydrate myself a little bit. I'm mixing it up a little bit. Oh, that is so refreshing, but it's a little bit too cold for it actually. Let's go on with the list. Number 7 is psychiatrist. Also the same amount of median salary, 208,000. You know, all we basically say the 9 first one is all in the health field. Then comes pilot, dentist, IT manager, podiatrist, financial manager, marketing manager on number 15. Only bachelors needed, 135,000 median salary. Lawyer, petroleum engineer, prosthodontist. I apologize, I can't these medical terms. Sales manager, pharmacist. Pharmacist, obviously, you need to know a lot of drugs and side effects, a lot of things. Optometrist, something about optics. Actuary, software developer, computer network architect, political scientist on number 25. Masters needed 122,500. Something that could be interesting also, but yeah. All of these 25 jobs, there's nothing uh, that really interests me there actually, to be honest. There isn't too much. So we just jump over to the last article right away. This is something that I found interesting, which is something that I mean, everybody would like to have, I guess, is a low stress job that pay really well. Now it comes to the thing that most people I see and most people that I know, everybody is stressed in one way or another, you know. We're all stressed, part of life. But yeah, I've been stressed for sure, but I learned to found I found my what do you say? I found my boundaries that like with when it comes to work, you know, when it's just a job, something that I don't believe in, that I just do for getting pay. I going to have my boundaries. I'm not going to be stressed out because of this. It's just not worth it. So let's see here. Defining low stress and high pay. Before we jump into few of the lower stress careers that pay well, let's quickly cover how we're defining those terms. This I found also on a website called themuse.com. Let's start with stress. We're defining low stress as any occupation that scores 80 or below on EO net stress tolerate rating. You know what? Whatever. Um, let's just jump to them. Oh, here is the. So number 1, actuary. I still not really sure what it is, but let's see here. Uh, it's not a stressful job at all. It seems like 105,900 median salary. Projected growth between up to 2030 is going to be 21%. Actuaries use math, statistics, and more to analyze financial risk. Typically, actuaries work for insurance companies and yeah, okay, and help develop models to predict the financial risk of economic cost of various situations, including natural disaster, accidental illnesses. Actuaries need bachelor degree in math or related. So they're basically just doing risk calculations. Maybe they use like a lot of equator equations, I believe you say, um, because they need to maximize their profits and be prepared for paying somebody that they have insured. Number two, technical writer. So it's a jump down in the median salary directly, $78,000. Technical writers specialize in writing complex technical copy, including instruction manuals, journal articles, and other documentation. While an educational background in computer technology or engineering is helpful, a degree isn't necessarily required. If you can write about technical issues with authority and clarity, you can be a technical writer. It seems boring to be a technical writer. Everything that is purely technical for me is oftentimes very seems it seems like so dry in the end. Number three, software developer. And here we go again. This is not true. I mean, from what I've seen, a lot of videos about being a software developer when I was interested to know more about it, if it was something for me, everybody say that it's so stressed. They always want you to do more, the person you're working for. So I actually going to skip that one. We talked about it in the first article. Here's something interesting. Number four is art director, and it's a good median salary, $100,890. But I think this is difficult. But let's see. Art directors are responsible for leading the artistic vision, direction, strategy, and team of a project. I write about this in my own book, actually, uh, like a magazine, new product launch, or a film or television project. Art directors can work in a variety of settings and capacities. Some are self-employed, some work for an advertising agency or PR firm, and some are employed directly by brands or editorial publications. Most art directors have a bachelor's degree in art-related field and extensive experience working in a hands-on artistic role, for example, graphic designer or photographer. Yeah, I think there are many different kind of art director you can be. Like they say here, directly for brands, but also I think like for museums, purely with arts and as a curator basically. Number five is economist. So this is a low stress job. I couldn't imagine. Conduct research, collect and analyze data. Obviously, you need to be here. Yeah, I knew it. Typically, an advanced degree, master or PhD, and just numbers all day. Statistics, no way. Not for me. Chemical engineer on number six. This is also high education, advanced level, I think. I mean, chemical engineers apply a variety of sciences, including chemistry, biology, and physics, to solve problems related to the production of, for example, products, food, drugs, energy, and chemicals. Could be really interesting, actually. Chemical engineers work in laboratory, office, or manufacturing setting to split their time among these. Candidates at least have a bachelor. Um, yeah, this could be interesting depending on what kind of, I mean, everything from, like they say, food, drugs, probably textiles and construction material, anything basically that you look around, because everything is chemistry. Really interesting, actually. Number seven is like, yeah, this I can imagine can be quite low stress, but with a good pay. Environmental restoration planners, 76,530, the median salary. I need to know more about this. Environmental restoration planners conduct research in lab and also in field, solve issues related to the environment and public health. A little bit interesting to my education, actually. Could be, definitely. Yeah, they work in the public or private sector. For example, they may be employed by the government, yeah, or businesses, and make sure businesses are compliant with the environmental regulations. Yeah, for example, I mean, imagine there's a factory, old or new, and you're working with the government to make sure that they have the right environmental, what should I say, they're following the standards set by the state, for example, when it comes to releasing toxins or toxic subjects or toxic manners or toxic from the factories, you know. That is what I'm thinking, for example. Yeah, here it says to lower the carbon footprint here, clean up contaminated sites. Uh, Environmental restoration planners often need bachelor degree, typical natural or environmental sciences. Here, number eight, statistician. I don't know if I pronounce it right. But anyway, that's all about numbers, and no way, I don't want to do that. I jump it now. Number nine is operations research analyst. Sounds not really. Also a lot of numbers. Operations research analysts use data collection. Yeah, data can be many things, but a lot of times numbers. Help modeling companies identify and solve problems within their organization. Yeah. Number 10, political scientist. This I can imagine must be kind of nice because there's so much you can do with it as a political scientist. You can look on so many different subjects or questions and fields areas. 122,510 is the median salary, so it's really high also. Political scientists research political systems, trends, political policies, issues, elections, and governments. Very interesting to make research of current and past governments. In addition to conducting research, political scientists may also work as a policy analyst for the government, independent political groups, or think tanks. I don't like that term think tanks. It sounds very totalitarian, very creepy. They might also teach political science at the university level, typically hold a PhD. Number 11 is audiologist. Audiologists specialize in the ear, working with the people who have hearing or balance issues. Okay. Yeah, this, I don't know, seems very. Yeah, it seems like a very low stress job actually. We have number 12, and then it's the last one. Uh, optometrist. Optometrist. Optometrists are doctors specialized in all things eye related. So they are diagnosing, treating visual problems, injuries, and such. You must have a advanced degree here. No, you have a bachelor's degree, but also a 4-year doctor of optometry (OD) program to have license. Yep, health related. So jump that then. Number 13, marine engineers and naval architects. This sounds actually pretty cool. 93,000 median salary. Marine engineer and naval architect design, build, maintain, and repair ships, submarines, aircraft, carriers, sailboats, barges, buoys, tankers, and more. While most have bachelor's degree in marine engineering, some may have related engineering degree, like structural, mechanical, or electrical. So that's them. That's 13 low stress jobs with a good pay, and probably the one that I found mostly related and like kind of I found interesting was number four, art director, because you don't need really. This sounds very fancy, art director, but it could basically be just a curator, and for a brand, directly for a brand, but also for like an agency or PR firm, or even just a museum. And there was one more. It was political. Yeah, there was environmental restoration planner, or maybe I can switch environmental to urban planner, which I think seems very interesting too. And then yeah, political scientist. But political scientist, it does you can change the name. It doesn't need to be political. It can be just a social scientist or anthropologist, anthropological scientist. They all kind of can touch a lot of same things, but from different theories is what it gets down to, and different methodologies, different methods how you gather your data and whatever you're going to write or research about. But anyway, I think I went through a lot here. I missed the question here, Katarina, sorry. All those occupations are mystery, are a mystery, or all those occupations are a mystery. What exactly does those mean? Yeah, totally. That is very, very difficult. If they are from a simple but unaware of all these options. Yeah, I thinking about it very, very often. What you coming from a background and you just see all those occupations, and you basically are not even knew they existed. But it's good to go through. I for some reason I really interested about going through what jobs that are. But I cannot just do that. I cannot just choose like what, let's say one of those medical fields, just because of this has the best pay. There are some jobs that I couldn't do. It has to be something that match with my values, and but some people only go for that which is going to make the most. But I think that what in this low stress job, at least, because I checked also those high paying jobs that are just like the best careers in terms of salary. There's nothing there basically that's for me. So what does that say? That I'm going to have to pick a career. But I don't need to do this because now we're talking about career, and we have defined it in the beginning of the program also. So that means, I guess, that I'm going to pick a career that is not one of the most financial prosperous. But actually, the field I am in within marketing right now is a lot of opportunities to have a prosperous salary. But yeah, that I want to have said also, like I want to have one foot in the thing about marketing because it's so anthropology related in so many ways, and still also considering, yeah, like urban planning or political scientist or anthropological social scientist, basically something related there. I found match with me. I just guess I need to work more on my my speaking, and that's a little bit why I have this channel also, that I can become better to express myself, because a lot of time I'm just so much in my head. I'm just really in my head. Yeah, you're so right, Katarina. This about INFPs not having careers with it, like where the money is the motivating factor, I guess you could say. What is their average level of education? I don't know what you mean with there. I'm a bit unsure about that. If you would, you can please clarify. But it's very known that INFP are not driven by going like taking a career just because this is going to have the most financial benefits for me. Never been for me, not at all. I'm just thinking now that yeah, it's like why would I don't want to take talk about people that are close to me and like try to make them seem like they are doing something wrong because they may think other, or because they may think different in terms of choosing something. I think it's so classic that this is not the case for me, but I think it's very classic for a lot of people where the family say, no, you are going to become a lawyer, you are going to study to be a doctor, because they want the kid to earn more. And although that is also, a great thing, doing, you need to be doing something that is going to make you wanna do that. Look, don't just go up and dread what you're doing. Although everybody is probably doing that to some degree, at some point, whatever they do. Um, I don't want that to be the driving factor. Yeah, INFPs, of course. That's what we talk about. My bad, I'm a bit slow. It's my last day now, and now it's on vacation. That's a very good question. What is INFP's average level of education? What I think, maybe we can just take a quick search, by the way, while we are doing this. Before I'm checking here, I believe it's actually high school. I think that's what my guess would be. I don't know if there is really any statistics to it, but here it's something from that seems actually kind of legit. This is from Ball State University. Where is that? Ball State University. It's in. Is it in Indiana? Anyway, it says here. Let's see. This is just about the INFP and what are like their majors and careers. This is also interesting, actually. Majors and careers for INFP. Majors is architecture, art, biology, psychology, education, English, family studies, graphic arts, religious studies, psychology, philosophy, journalism, theater, sociology, social work. I would say it's not very. Um, I guess we could say not very practical in sense of like engineering and calculating math. Not at all. More theoretical, which is fine. That's like a match with me totally. And career, yeah, architect, artist, career counselor, child life specialist, clinical psychologist, coach, college professor, curator. Yeah, you see there, curator, editor, film editor, health technician, special language educator, missionary, priest. It's so funny. I thought about almost not all of these, but I thought about so many of these careers here. I mean, I even thought about priest, missionary, librarian. I already mentioned earlier. I mean, when it comes to priest, don't take that too literal. I thought about it. Seems like a very low stress job, to be honest. It seems kind of like a cozy job in a way. You know, imagine you just waking up, you go to church or like an office or whatnot, and you're preparing a little bit for a wedding. What am I gonna say? You get some documents before. What is that called? Baptizing. You know, you're pouring the holy water over the kid's head, and you reading a little bit. Or it seemed like. But then again, although I am, I guess you could say, from a Christian society, and I have like a foundation in Christianity, it's not something that is very dominant in my life. But and they say that if you're gonna be priest or something like that, you need to be like really, really believer. And I couldn't say like it's not that I neglect Christianity in any way. I just couldn't take on that role. It's too heavy. I guess I have too much of a personal belief system without sounding new age because I'm not. Um, Human resource specialist. I thought about that one too, but then I thought about dealing too much with other people, and but it's also very coach like, so you can kind of understand what are you good at and seeing your background experience with your education and what could be a good match for you. But no, I don't know. There's a lot, but this, yeah, I think it's too difficult to know the average level of degree for INFPs. But I think it's actually like, it's probably actually maybe a bachelor's even. But yeah, definitely like high school education. I meant it is known in which percentage INFP get higher education. I have not seen if that is. I've not seen that percentage anywhere of INFPs getting higher education. I think I think it would be difficult to get that statistics to follow up on that. I believe then you would actually need to make some kind of research survey, quantitative survey method, and actually reaching out to so many students across the US, for example, and maybe just like a handful have actually they known about MBTI. I don't think any research like that has been done. But yeah, I think INFPs are doing. those who are interested in a particular field, they are probably doing good in university and academia, like as of a career, because that seems like it can be quite slow, low stress, safe, kind of good pay, and so on and so forth. Uh, there are so many things that are interesting in job. I mean, as a job, that can be kind of annoying sometimes for me, thinking like, oh, that seems so interesting, and that, and this, and that, and yeah, making me very confused sometimes. All right, it's time is really running now, and I'm going to wrap this up. We've been going through a lot of stuff here, even yeah, but it was good. Even a little bit perspective of INFP education here. But other than that, I think we went through a lot of stuff when it comes to what is a good job with a good pay. And for me personally, there's not too many things that really struck chord when it came to those occupations. But I found a few that was at least in the list of low stress jobs with a good pay. So that is some a little at least a little progress for myself personally speaking. But anyway, I hope you guys found it helpful or a little bit enjoying. This is very nerd. This is very like very precise thing that I get into sometimes and reading this kind of stuff. But anyway, maybe the next one will be more entertaining. But anyway, you can't have it all. So anyway, enjoy it. I see you. Ciao. Bye.